This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. We're now learning the city of Phoenix will soon begin notifying people living in the zone that they will have to leave. Beginning May 10th, the city will start to clean up and close off the homeless encampment block by block. They will offer each person an alternative place to stay and provide social services that could lead to permanent housing. The Homeless Solutions Director for the city of Phoenix says the challenge is finding enough shelter beds.
We need to come up with some different solutions to help us right now as we implement this block by block solution. So we're looking at a variety of different options.
Among those options, converting this empty 7-acre lot near 19th Avenue and Lower Buckeye into a temporary site to house 280 people. The city says it will be operational later this year. House Republicans have passed a bill to raise the debt limit, but the bill is not expected to pass the Democrat-led Senate, and President Joe Biden said he would veto it if it did. Our Joe St. George is tracking all of this and explains how closely you should be watching this debate.
As a political reporter, sometimes I'm jealous of meteorologists. After all, they have a watch and warning system to alert you when something isn't right. A watch tells you it may get rough. An advisory alerts you that something is happening. A warning tells you to really be careful, and in some cases, adjust your life. In political reporting, we don't have a warning system when it comes to the debt limit debate or anything else. But by my estimation right now, this debate probably hasn't reached warning status yet, but it is something you're going to want to watch closer in the coming weeks. Let's remind you what we are talking about with the debt limit. The debt limit is the absolute maximum amount the government is allowed to borrow to pay its debts. Right now, it's at $31.4 trillion. The U.S. reached that debt limit back on January 19th. However, since then, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has been deploying what's known as extraordinary measures to keep the economy from defaulting, like limiting investments in federal employees' retirement plans. Once the debt limit is raised again, plans are in place to make those accounts whole again with no impact. But the secretary is starting to run out of maneuvers, as well as time. Previously, she said in early June her options could be exhausted. But there are new concerns that date may be moving up, prompting new warnings for the economy. As a reminder, May begins next week. And that's because the IRS in April has brought in fewer dollars than what was originally forecasted. Lower than expected tax receipts so far are partially the result of a weak stock market that produced a decline in capital gains taxes. As far as the political realities of raising the debt limit, to some degree, little has changed between Democrats and Republicans. On Wednesday, Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy passed the Limit, Save, Grow Act in the House, which raises the debt ceiling through March of next year, but does so by limiting spending and blocking student loan forgiveness. But Democratic leaders in the Senate have said that will not pass in their chamber. President Biden saying this Wednesday.
Happy to meet with McCarthy, but not on whether or not the debt limit gets extended. That's not negotiable.
As a reminder, this debt limit debate is a uniquely American issue. No other major democracy besides Denmark has a debt limit federal law. Congress first enacted it back in 1917, and since 1960, Congress has extended it or raised it 80 times. The U.S. has never defaulted. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
Time for your most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Warmer today across Arizona as we begin to watch high pressure setting up to our west. And as that builds, our temperatures are trending up. Today, we're back up to 96 for a high. This after topping out at 90 yesterday. It's going to be even warmer out west and just shy of the triple digits out at Lake Havasu. In northern Arizona, look for highs in the 70s to 80s this afternoon with spots like Flagstaff back into the low 70s. More winds up north and especially in eastern Arizona, but breezes are also going to be picking up here in the valley. Gusts near 25 miles an hour this afternoon, and then tomorrow more breezes too, with gusts closer to 30 miles an hour as the storm system passes to our northeast. Stronger winds in southeast Arizona by tomorrow especially, and that is prompting a fire weather alert. It's a fire weather watch that could be upgraded to a red flag warning, indicating that very dry conditions will combine with those stronger winds to increase the fire risk. Then triple digits by Sunday before temperatures fall again.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, you can always head to ABC15.com or download that free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.